testing. Because the bottom line is your body knows the truth about everything. Your body is hooked into, sensorily, it's hooked into the unified field of all that is, and it's hooked into that. It's a different kind of memory. It's an energetic memory. That's what the field is. The field is energy. And there's a memory to it, and everything that was and is to come is stored there. And you have access to it all through your body sensory system. So sensing and knowing is the key to rising to a higher dimension and working with the higher dimension. So just to review quickly, there's a thinker, the thinker brain, the feeler brain, and the sensor brain. And the trick is to have the sensor brain be the one that's the center of everything, and the one that's the decision maker, and the one that works with the eternal, everlasting part of you. And that's how we raise our consciousness and raise our personal frequency. And that's how the collective frequency gets raised as well. What's interesting is everybody on the planet is doing this with all three brains. We're just not aware that that's what we're doing. It's all very unconscious in the collective at the moment.
Thank you, Dr. Stinston.
So there you go. Thank you for asking.
Thank you for sharing, my brother. Wow. Never seen the heart of the brain like that. Heard about the gut brain, the second brain. But yeah. The powerhouse and the magic lies in that sense. I love that you said that. Centered around your senses. Just like poetry. I love it. Thank you, my brother. Wow.
Yeah. Our heart actually contains something that's called a magnetic monopole that attracts everything to it. It attracts all that is to it.
That's the kind of thing that I see when I make a short story. Do you know, like how in Terminator Lands, he's got all these visuals, a gauge like that, a gauge that shows that, you know, your intention, like what do you want? People might be still thinking about something random, you know, but like a gauge. I can imagine if we could see that as a gauge in our life.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, the thing is, you think about it, your gut wants to be fed because it's right in your, like, it's right around your stomach. It's in that area. And what's interesting is there's more neurons that in your gut area that attract things to it. There's more in your gut than there are in your head. in your brain, your physical brain, more in your gut than your physical brain, and there's more in your heart than there are in your gut or your physical brain. In fact, I think there's more in your heart than there is in your gut and your physical brain put together. And that's why it's obviously, your heart is obviously meant to be the center of your existence in this physical realm. Because that's the way it's designed, that's the way it's actually built.
And deep inside, we know that that's true, and yet the world out here ran by the thinker. So basically, that's what causes the stomach problems, because the stomach and heart, they're seesawing back and forth between, oh no, this is right and this is right, or this is true and this is true, and that's that internal back and forth that has our body upside down.
Yeah. So when you feel angst,
stressed. Yep.
Yeah. Well, angst is a better word for it. You know, angst is not quite anxiousness, but it's something that's not right. Like your gut will tell you something's not right, whereas your heart will actually confirm the truth.
And so,
and your thinker will talk you out of it because it can't tell the difference.
That's right. It only
Either
knows
way,
the experience. It goes to the experience, and what we've experienced keeps us alive. And not living in enough angst will just result in stress.
Correct. Yeah.
Good morning, Nikki.
In our world today, that's the greatest disease that we deal with today is stress. Pretty much every kind of ailment we have in our body ends up being stress related.
Yeah.
Why? Structure.
Yep.
Not allowed to have what I love, what I want, what I desire. My genius is not allowed to come out in this world.
Yeah. Well, it's because our hearts are cut off.
That is the heart that I'm speaking about.
Yeah,
it's not allowed to be expressed. So the thinker brain tells us.
Yeah.
Yo, Nikki.
Yo, this is so good.
Morning, Nikki.
Wow, Craig, that was beautiful.
How much of that did you hear?
I heard quite a bit.
Good.
And I just love it. I so love it. Yeah. Awesome. Truly awesome.
Spitting flames.
Yeah. You know, there's three memories of brain, like the heart, the gut, yeah, it's mainly I think it's also the gut and the brain, it affects, goes together, you know. That's where all the feelings of serotonin and everything that we can release, that we can let it go through our heart and not fearing. I think that's also another thing, that fear, the fear of like not having to go for what you love because we're actually too scared of our actual power. It's like giving that permission, constantly permission, like can we, will we? It's a constant permission. Like it's just like, why can't we just say that, you know, if you have that understanding and the clarity, then let it just anchor then and then just become it, like be it then. But it's that constant of, I realize of what we spoke about yesterday and today and all the patterns that we are still unfolding. It's a process. So it is a process. So that's when we can relax into it and allow our hearts to really speak and our bodies. Because We can now
Yeah.
finally start relaxing because we weren't in a society that learned how to relax.
There's a higher level of understanding that
Yeah,
generally as human beings we haven't really accessed yet.
exactly. And now
A
we
much higher level
just,
of understanding, and that
Yeah.
doesn't happen. That doesn't happen in our head,
exactly,
but we keep
Yes.
thinking it does.
exactly.
So we keep
'Cause we were
throwing information at it. We keep throwing
Yeah.
more. We keep
The monkey brain.
grasping for more information.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
information,
exactly.
information, quite frankly, isn't very helpful.
it isn't.
Not in a
No.
brain that has limited capacity.
Yeah,
More
correct.
information just makes it harder to sort things out.
Wow, so good. Yeah,
Yeah,
That's it,
yeah,
eh?
and it'll never happen, actually.
exactly. Exactly, right? Wow. It's very
So
good.
my approach,
Very good.
has been, I've made made greater learning and growth
Mm,
as I stopped trying to understand things.
Oh, yeah, so good.
You know, like using my
Yeah.
gut to understand,
Mm,
or
Yeah.
especially my heart to understand. When my heart understands stuff,
mm,
it transcends everything. It's greater. It's a deeper comprehension and a heart awareness.
And it's the truth. It's where our truth is. Our
Yeah.
real truth.
Yeah.
How can people
And-
discern the difference?
Yeah, good question.
Only in your heart.
Yeah. You have to.
And that's tied.
not
to your muscles and the fascia.
Yeah, you can feel it in your body.
The film that covers
It-
your muscles.
So true. You can feel it in your body. You know when you type. You know when you're starting to do it in your own understanding. You can feel it in your body, your chest, your head, your shoulders, your back. Every part of your body starts aching, and it's just uncomfortable. It's just like you know that it's just gets overwhelming. It's just like the anxiousness comes so quickly. I mean, you can get crunchy so quickly. It's a oh. And then you realize, oh no, hang on a minute, I can have another choice here. I can look at what's working. And then when you start looking at that, then it's like immediately you feel your heart opening. It immediately releases the stress. You can feel it. But you see, it is the body still acknowledging to catch up with the brain. So the body, as Craig says, the body knows already, but it's us catching up and lining up the mind, the heart, and the gut together in harmony. And that's my word for the day. My word is harmony. Come into harmony with these three brains, with the three consciousness, with all the aspects of just harmony and relax into it. Because, we never. It's not.
Yes,
Harmony.
harmony.
It's well. I thank
Synergy.
Jesse for that word.
More than just that though. More than just that though, is we've allowed our head brain to have sovereignty over everything. And we're not designed that way.
We're not, and that's the patterns.
We're designed to have our heart be sovereign over the rest of us.
Beautiful. Absolutely.
So how do you make the transition?
I think for me, I think it starts with my thoughts, where I'm placing my power, where I actually really focusing on my thoughts. Where my thoughts go, there I am. There I go. It's just where I am, because the energy that I direct myself to, in what environment that I want to put myself into, because that's giving me the permission to choose all the time what is good for me, what makes me feel good. Because I think people need to feel good. I think we all have gone through so much trauma and so much wounding and so much coming out of this falsehood of perception and illusion, or of just getting through life thinking, that's what it was, and it isn't. It's not the truth. And now that we're coming into our truth, that's where a lot of things can open up, that people can start really coming into their heart and saying, what do I want? What am I choosing now? Like, how do I want to feel? Because we weren't, even the feeling wasn't allowed. It was so restricted. And now we can start expressing ourselves, expressing our heart, expressing all the things that we're choosing. It's quite remarkable. And it's a journey that we can say, we're never going to get to the destination. I don't think it's ever going to get.
You notice
enough.
the pattern though, Nikki?
What? Tell me.
You notice the pattern?
Pattern.
Just what you're doing right now, your behavior pattern right now.
Of me just speaking, of what I'm feeling and going through. Yeah.
No,
I hear that.
no, there's a deep need to explain whatever it is.
Because of uncertainty, because I'm trying to confirmation, stay focused.
For whatever reason, that's what you do.
Yeah. Well, I need to, because it shows, not need to, I choose to, because I want to able to stay where I'm going. I don't want to.
But are you really choosing that, or is that a pattern that you're following?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
Just stop and ponder that for a second. Are you actually choosing that?
Yes, I am.
Or is it automatic?
I've trained myself to a certain degree, but I also know that I can also go into the surrendering mode now. I don't have to do it rigidly, in a certain way that makes me feel that, if I've mixed it up now. I just mix it up. I mix it up.
Yeah, you're still explaining.
Yeah. Oh, well, how do I explain if I can't explain? How do I explain to others if I can't explain? We're all explaining, yeah.
But that's the pattern.
But you were explaining about the three brains. I mean, how would I know if you didn't explain?
Yeah, but I wasn't explaining how I was processing it.
No, I wasn't. But you actually, everything you say, you're explaining. That is the explanation that people can communicate. That's communication. I'm communicating now. This is not explaining. This is communicating. And this is where people need to
What's
have
the
also
difference?
The difference is communicating and telling somebody. I'm not telling you. I'm communicating. I'm communicating my experiences of what I feel that what is going through now in this process of me coming through something that I can finally say I have arrived where I need to be, not to say I'm going to be, that's my destination, but I can at least say I complete something. I'm complete now. I don't need to keep on with the same old, like a broken record. I can now come to that completion and say, I'm complete.
So how
now
come,
I go to the next. And then I go
you're
to the
saying
next,
the same
and then I
things
go to the
today
next.
as you did yesterday and the day before?
No, I didn't. No, I haven't. No. You obviously heard me incorrectly then. You didn't listen. You didn't hear me. Because I'm not speaking the same. I'm not coming from the same place either from yesterday.
And who can judge?
And who can, I mean, in the end of the day, I mean, you get it when you get it. You get to know what you get to know. And if that's have to repeat on repetition, then that's what it has to be. But I know that I'm not going in circles anymore. That's what I do know. And I'm very confident to say that.
And
I'm
no
not
one
walking
can judge you.
Yeah.
No one can judge that for you. That's you.
Yeah. It's mine. And I know that. And that's where I feel that I can be now my absolute authentic. I can show up as me. This is not about pretending, not about telling, not about guiding or, like I said yesterday, I was at a table. People were drinking like fishes, like bottles and bottles of just coming from like left, right, and center. It was like, okay, cool. No judgment. No judgment. I was sitting there having a good time, having the best time actually. And guess
Yeah.
what? Half
Choosing.
the middle of the night, I'm not saying a damn word to anybody about anything, about nothing. They came to me. They spoke to me about their health and their decision making and what they're doing and what they're deciding and what's for their children and only with this, Nikki, and only that. And I'm just listening. I didn't say a word. Middle of the night, the person that speaks to me across the table says, "Oh, you're not drinking, Nikki." Make a big announcement. I go, "No." Softly, no, I'm not. Like, hello, guess what happens? She orders a bottle of sparkling water. The one next to me is ordering a bottle of sparkling water. And the person across is also, how you like that? So there you go. Didn't need to do anything because I'm grounded. I'm rooted. I cannot be moved. I cannot be shaken. My yes is my yes. My no is my no. And that is my testimonial to my life and my example. Because now I know it's got nothing to do what other people are deciding to do. It doesn't matter what they think, what they feel, what they want. It's what I'm choosing. And that is my energy. That is what I come in with. I'm not here to manipulate or control to anybody. I'm here to say, finally, I have my voice in knowing that I'm doing what God wants me to choose for me. Because that's his will for me. And I've always had that since I can remember as a child. I can always remember that. But now it's just allowing me to remember, just to remember that my heart, as you said, my heart is pretty good. My heart is good because I know God lives in it. My actions are good, my thoughts, my intentions. It's good. I am good. I am good. And anyone that wants to judge on that, go ahead. But in the end of the day, I know in my own heart that when people see me, they're going to see God. That's it. It's a very bold statement. I know it's a very bold statement, but I haven't got time anymore to walk around in the flesh and stoke my ego. I am here to stand rooted and grounded in the love of God. That's it. And I'm not saying that's perfect or imperfect, because I know as long as I live in this body, I have to submit. I have to surrender, and I have to allow God to do his will. And that's what I am. That's my voice. That's my voice. You don't have to come in agreement with that. That's me. This is what it's about. You know, when you express yourself and you verbalize and you confidently confide, like just say that that's what it is. There's not preaching here. I'm not standing on a preacher's box. If that's how you look at it, then they must look at it like that. But I don't deny who I am anymore. I don't deny what my intentions are. I always had to thought, oh, maybe because you fuck up. You fuck up some days and you mess up and you go, oh, you're supposed to be so righteous. No, I'm not righteous. I'm not. I'm actually very weak. I'm a weak. I come in knowing that I know where my strength comes from. It's not me. So that's what I'm saying. It's not repeating on the same old. I'm sorry. No, it's not. Yeah.
I don't believe the gauge is in the speaking. I think the gauge is in the listening.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Every time a person speaks, even if they don't know what they're speaking, then give them the space and give them the curiosity to say, oh, okay, I hear that. Or what do you think about it? But when you start like putting people in a corner and say, nah, what is that? What is this? Why is that? You should be like this. You should know this. No, that's just keeping people so small and not allowing them to be their authentic and say what they want to say. You know, a child comes to you and talks a lot of things to you and you go, oh, really now, really, is that what you're going to tell me that? No, you listen to it because you know the level of the capacity of where they are. And what is as an adult, what is your job? Your freaking job is to guide them, to make them heard. This is what it's about here. It's not about stroking what ego, what you know, what you don't know. This is about being vulnerable. This is about bringing harmony to everything and saying, okay, let's talk about that. Let's have a conversation. What do you? And that's how it goes. That's how people can get on with life. Not put them in a corner and say, now tell me now, is this A, B, and C now? Now you got to pick. Come on now. And yeah, if I'm rubbing on somebody now wrong, I'm going to rub somebody on wrong, Jesse. This is what it's going to be, because this is what it's always been. This has always been my whole life. People they get rubbed, on the wrong side of me. Yeah, they're going to.
Guys, man. See you tomorrow, yeah?
They're going to, Jesse. They're going to get me on the wrong side. And you know what? It's going to have to be like that. It'll have to be like that, because I know what I'm going for. I know now my true vision. And if I'm going to be my truth and come through where I came through, knowing God's grace, I know they're going to get pissed off. I know they're going to get rubbed on the wrong side. I know they're not going to like it. And I know they're going to walk away. But I'm okay with that, Jesse. I got to tell you this morning that if I told God this morning, I'm telling you, I've got to let that be my truth. I can't walk around eggshells anymore thinking, what am I going to say? Because that person's not going to like it. Or if I make a choice, that person's not going to like it. I'm not here anymore. As I said it years, I'm not going to be pleasing man. I want to be in harmony with everything. In nature, in people. I want to see, them they grow. I want to see them in their power. I want to share. I want to collaborate. But I also know that I can't suppress me anymore. It's not about me, but I have to choose the fact that it's going to rub off other people. It's going to rub off on other people. People are not going to like it. And if Jesus Christ walked on this earth and he was rejected, how much more would I be rejected? We all fear rejection, but rejection is just part of redirecting. I mean, if they put Christ on the cross to die, how much more they're going to crucify me? If they judged him and accused him, how much more they're going to judge and accuse me? But if I know that I know in my heart, as I've come to this stage of my life, I can't look back anymore. I can't look back anymore, man. Yeah, no. I've got decisions to. I got things to do. Yeah, I'm not here to just play it like everybody's instrument. I'm playing my own music now. I'm gonna play with my own music because I've got a lot of music in me. I got a lot of music, and I've got a lot of things that I want to see come into this reality. And that's what so thank you, but I just felt I wanted to come in here with harmony. I wanted to come and listen. I wanted to integrate and talk and have a good time. But you know what? If you're going to stand out and you're going to make some purpose of difference, you're not going to be able to get in harmony with everyone. You can try. You can try. And I'm just going to say this one thing about peace that made it very clear to me this morning. Live in peace with everybody. Try to live with peace. Try. But if they don't, you just have to dust yourself off and walk away. But know that you have peace. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be as gentle as possible. I want to be as gentle and considerate and loving as possible, because I know that I'm curious. I'm curious to see what's to really tap into this and see for what it's finally about. I'm just curious. I just choose for that. And Am I right with my words? No. My tone of voice? Maybe no. Maybe I jumped the gun. Yes, but it's a practice. And that's what I'm here for, right? I'm showing up to practice. I'm not
I felt it was
perfect.
this has been probably the best demonstration of you living that I've experienced.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. And it's not that it's just feels good. I so honor that because I honor that and I really value that because I know it's the truth. And coming from you, it's somebody that I feel that I'm connected with the love and respect, and as a as somebody that I feel that gives me the inspiration to go, yeah, because there's a very few people that can speak into my life, and I honor that and I thank you because I know that that's what I've feared. I have feared the rejection. I have feared that people are going to get me on the wrong side, and I'm just some overbearing, but I am learning. I am learning, and I have learned. I am learning, and I have learned, and I am teachable, and I know that when I ask God to teach me now in a ways that I can really be in the right place with the right people, that I can get the progress, get the results. But I know that not everything's going to be smooth. People are going to leave, and that's okay now. I am okay with that. I really am. This is huge for me to say, but it's the truth. I do not fear man anymore. I really don't. It's like unbelievable that I'm speaking this out of my mouth today. I really don't fear man. What they say about me, what they don't say about me, they like me. It doesn't matter. I know that the people that come into my life now are going to see me because I see me. They're going to like me because I like me. They're going to know that they can add value to my life because I add value to people's life. I am not a burden. I am not some sort of no good for nothing. I came here and I'm remembering who I am by the grace of God that I come this far. So I'm not moved. I'm not moved anymore. I'm not moved. Like it or not, I don't really care. I don't care. I do care, but I don't.
And really a question that I'd love to ask you. What do people want?
They want to hear themselves. They want to hear their own experiences. They want to hear that they have grown and they got it. That they can finally come to the place where they can say, I complete this and I can go to the next and the next and the next. I don't have to keep on doing the same old. That's what I think people want.
Tie into that, people want to belong.
Yeah.
They want to be heard.
Yes, appreciate it, and know that they're putting value, like they're adding value, like there's substance,
Exactly. All of that comes into belonging. All of that comes into being heard. All of that
Yes.
comes into that is connecting.
Yeah.
And all of the other attributes come into that. It's like, oh, they feel valued, they feel respected, they feel heard, they feel like it's a cascade of things that happen. And they're positive, truly, because it is whatever's there needs to be expressed.
Yeah, it's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. It's just, yeah, I mean, so much change is happening right now, so much shifts and so much information, like, you know, the knowledge, and if we don't apply it, then it's not knowledgeable. So it's not powerful. So how do you know if you don't apply it? And how do you know? Because every time I open my mouth, when I feel that there's something of real growth that I feel in this morning, that I'm making a decision, a quality decision, because it starts with a decision, right? Of just stepping out. Every time, and I say every time because it's a big word, but every time I step out, somebody gets the wrong, they get uncomfortable. But then I also know every time that I have stepped out and I've made choices for myself when it came to my health or any kind of work decision, not everybody agreed. Not everybody agreed. And that's why I am where I am today. And I'm not just speaking on behalf of my success, but I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't take those risks, if I didn't believe. And that's all I got to say. Because I have asked God to direct my steps. And I've asked him, even when I said, you know, I don't know about this. I'm not qualified maybe for this. I don't know if I can do this, because I know in my weakness, he gives me strength, because it's not in me. I don't put any kind of praise of my accomplishments. It's all because I can honor God in that. And I always thought, how can I ever be able to honor God if I'm such at that time, no good for nothing? I can't give anything. I even said, how am I going to be used by you? Because I actually thought I was broken. I thought I was like just no good for nothing, to be honest. And he told that's the whole thing about going into your heart, because that's your intelligence. That's your highly information that God really puts on you, and that it's nothing that stops that, because once you got that in your heart, that is driven with so much love that I've time and again got up in the middle of the night and said, okay, I'm doing it. It's like, okay, it's like the next morning I'm doing it. It's like, it was like, yeah, you know? So I bank on that, because those are real situations that I made big changes in my life. And I go, wow, that didn't come from knowledge. It didn't come from my head, you know, with somebody telling me. That's pure, directly, this is what you got to do.
How do most people listen?
I think most people listen concerning their own thoughts, what they're trying to say next, maybe. I don't think they listen. And I speak that for myself, but I really have consciously felt in my own understanding what I just shared, that was just a share. It wasn't anything to be judged on or put in a box, because that's what I thought. Well, what is it now? It's got to be either or either. I can't just say that. Like, so how people hear, I think it's how do they hear? Sometimes it's not sometimes, I don't know how they hear. Is they hear their own.
Yes, I think that's where we all start. That's where we start. That's where we find humanity.
Yeah.
Mostly, like everyone starts there. Now,
because what did I really do wrong? I mean, if you get to the point now, if you really want to get like to
wrong.
the point,
let's not use
what did
wrong.
I do wrong? Okay, so
what
was incorrect?
How about different? What was it that was different?
What was different? It's just that I can't open. I can't be vulnerable. I can't open. Yeah, but I can never be vulnerable. When I'm vulnerable and I open my heart and I speak my truth in just what I experienced, then it's all uproar. It's all like heavy, and it's like, oh, yeah, she goes again. And then my tone of voice goes a little pitchy, and then it's this and that, because I don't have the same voice. I am pitchy. I do raise my voice. I do lift my voice up and down. I'm not, I go high and low. I know that because I'm
passion.
expressing
That's
myself.
emotion.
I'm
Yeah, there's
expressing myself.
nothing wrong with that.
That's the
So there's no
thing.
wrong. That like you, I don't want you to use the word wrong because there was nothing wrong. So difference. Some people may think that there was something different, and I couldn't tell a
But that's
difference between the two.
thank you. But that's the thing. You see, you just said it. When they see something uncomfortable, when they get uncomfortable, because I'm a woman, no on the feminine side, but I'm a woman, and knowing that you keep quiet, don't talk. You should just keep your mouth shut and listen. That's number one. We grew up like that as females all around the world, okay? As a feminine, suppressed, can't
For
talk,
sure.
not allowed to talk. You shut up and you listen and you obey. You submit. You don't talk. You listen and follow what I say. Who are they? And so that's the first thing. The second thing is, who am I? Because I can say, yeah, I got no real major IQ of what is A, B, and C when it comes to all this energy and breath. But what I do know is what God is showing me. And that's all I do know. And he's showing me this morning, and here I come. And then I say, okay, this is an open space. So yeah, I'm speaking my heart. Then I get put in it because it's uncomfortable, because now I'm getting questioned. And I don't mind being questioned, but it's just that, like, again, it just stops me. It stops me then to go, I've got to protect myself here, because it's getting defensive, and it's making other people feel uncomfortable. But aren't we supposed to make things uncomfortable to be comfortable? Because if we're going to just go sweep it under the carpet and act like everybody loves each other here and we can't disagree, then what is that? That's not engaging. That's not learning. The real learning is when you get uncomfortable. The real learning is when you fail. The real learning is when you speak out of turn and you got to apologize. The real learning is to say, okay, I'm sorry, I made a mistake.
It's messy.
The real learning is to forgive somebody when they have done something, when they unconsciously not even knowing that they did it because it made you uncomfortable. I made people uncomfortable at that dinner table. It wasn't me, Jesse. I didn't make them uncomfortable. These people were uncomfortable.
Yes.
I never, because I made a choice that I wasn't going to drink. That was a bold decision that I had to make, because I stood out. I was a sore thumb in that dinner table. Everybody had eyes on me. It was quite something, and I didn't allow it to affect my meal. I ordered a beautiful meal.
Your choice. Your choice.
Yeah.
It didn't affect your choice, and people see the power in that. And I would love to just say hi, Allie.
Hi, Allie. Hi, Allie.
Big love, how you doing?
Well, I'm feeling good.
Yeah. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I just finished work. I thought I'll try and jump in for 5 minutes and see if you're still on, and you're here.
Yeah. We're having a nice conversation.
I hear
How
that.
was your day? How was your day, Allie? It always just amazes me to know that your day's done, and it's like,
I know. I've had a really good day today.
Again, man, love it.
Yeah, you got to set that intention, because there's that many people come at you and try and drain your energy from you and try and bring you down, and you've just got
God.
You just got to hold the face and smile.
Oh,
and
my
be
God.
Nice and, yeah.
Women power. I love you guys.
It's stepping into your power, and that's how I've been around you guys and listening to what you have to say. Just really reinforces the type of person that I want to be every day.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
man.
fucking love it.
Mm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this funny word that you said, nice, because nice in South Africa, we use this word very, very often, nice. And William Whitecloud spoke to me. He actually spoke into my genius, and he said to me, you got what it takes, blah blah blah. But he says, you know what the real thing there is that you want to be nice. And I said, what do you mean? He says, well, nice in South Africa, you just want to be nice. You just want to be nice. And if you're going to be a coach, can't be nice. You got to hear what you hear. You got to hear what's coming up, and you got to say it. You can't filter it. And nice means nothing inside you cares enough. Nice means nothing inside you cares enough.
I've never
And this
heard
is
that
what.
before.
Yep. Not nice means nothing inside you cares enough, and I care enough. You see, that's
definitely.
where my absolute sabotage of me always want to be nice. Be nice. I was told to be nice my whole life. Be nice. Be quiet. Be nice. Be polite.
Fall in line.
Wait,
Take your
fall in
place.
line.
Own it.
Even when you don't want to do something, you better be nice. Be nice to uncle. Be nice to auntie. Nice. When my auntie said to me one time when I was 10 or 11, oh, Nikki, go run to the shop and get me cigarettes. Yeah. She used to come every weekend like that and just command the whole household. My mother was so passive. She just ruled the household. I couldn't stand it. And I looked at her and I said, no, I'm not going to get your cigarettes. Go get it yourself. And I thought I was going to die that day, but it doesn't matter. I ran for my life, but I promise you, I said no to her. So I have always had a voice, and I will stand on this voice now because I know that nice doesn't get you far. It's nothing inside you cares enough.
Nothing inside you cares enough. I need to remember that.
Yeah. I've rubbed on the wrong side of people my whole life, and I thought it was just me. Yeah. But it's something in me that I have realized that if I'm going to make my life how I choose to make it and how I choose to live it, it's not going to be everyone's. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and that's going to be okay now. Honestly.
No, so you can't like everybody and expect everyone to like you.
Yeah, I mean, this how many 8 billion people? Like, are you kidding me? The people that are going to come to me is going to come to me because they want to come to me and they want to spend time with me. That's it.
Because of your energy.
Yeah. And it's like I said, it's just time. It's just time now. It's like I'm making these decisions for me. Not everybody's agreeing with it, but that's okay because I know that what I've done, I've come this far and I have had the experience, and I can say, I'll be sensitive. I'm very conscious and I'm very aware, and I'm very Leah. I'm not up there in my head or in the clouds. I've got the, just doing what I know, how to do what I've learned, and take it from there because I can only give what I have. I can't give what I don't have. So if people are going to judge on that, let them judge, man. I mean, honestly, this is about, when I came to the understanding, this is about just being me. That's what I've always wanted. That's what I always chose, to be me. I've always gone along with everyone else. My God, everyone else, to make them proud, to make them happy. Finally, I can say I'm happy. I'm proud. I'm proud and happy, man.
That's so good, Nikki. I'm so proud and happy for you, dog.
Yeah. I'm just at that stage, and like obviously I shared something and it didn't go down very well, and that's okay because that would affect me very badly. It would affect me badly, but I know that I'm in my truth, and I'm just in my truth. No, I'm not here to be pat on the back anymore. And you did so well. Or, some days it's going to be great and we're going to have great. And then some days it's not going to be so great. And I feel the ones that are not so great is the ones that I want to be in now. I want to be uncomfortable. I'm tired of being comfortable. I'm tired of just going and having tea and biscuits with everybody. No. I'm okay to be uncomfortable. I'm really okay, because that was my setback. I've never wanted to make people uncomfortable. Yeah? Don't rock the boat. Do not rock the boat. Do not upset people. I am sorry, but I'm not sorry. I am not sorry today. I am not sorry. I'm going to rock the freaking boat. I'm going to walk on water, baby. Watch me now. No, honestly, if no one believes in me, no one has ever believed in me. I bought myself by the grace of God. I'm going to walk on water. Call me arrogant, call me too cocky, too be confident. I'm walking on water, baby. That's it. Preach it. Preach
That's another song. Walking on water is another one.
Walking on water, baby. Preach it. Yeah. This is the time to take hold of your freaking power. This is the time to say all this time, this is who you've always been. But through all the things that you had to go through, or the patterns, the freaking childhood, learning about ancestral, learning about all this, it's time to break free. It's time to free yourself now. Free yourself for once. And if you have to choose yourself every single time. Oh, I'm happy about this decision. I'm happy about this decision. Yeah.
I think you sing that song, Rock the Boat. I think you sing
Yeah.
I can't sing. You know that song? You know what song I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. No, I'm for the journey, man. I'm for the journey. I'm going for the journey. I'm living. I'm journeying. I'm adventure. Everything. I don't need to travel. I don't need to go anywhere. I'm right here, right now, in my element. Living, breathing, feeling, connecting, enjoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. We can really.
What was your word for today? What was your word for today?
Harmony.
Oh, I love it.
Harmony for the brain, the heart, and the gut, all in one sync. Harmony. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow.
I'm just going to burst out singing again.
Yeah, I'm telling you, let it flow.
Let it flow.
I've always been robust and very outspoken. I've always, but it's just the fear of always being so put in a corner and say, look at the wall and don't turn around till I tell you, and that's just some punishment that I had as a kid, and I had to stand in the corner and not look at anything but the wall, and I thought, wow, is this how it's going to be every time I open my mouth? Every time I say no or yes or I don't want to, or this is how I feel, or if I am feeling any kind of emotion that it was denied, go to the wall, go to the wall, go to the wall, stand in the corner. Yeah, honestly, for hours. Yeah. No, bugger that, man. No more. That's done. It's done.
It's like the movie. Nobody put baby in the corner.
Yeah, I'm not some sort of child anymore that needs to be put in the corner and start being questioned. You question me constructively. You question me with allowing me to know the answer in the end of the day, but don't come and question me my integrity, my feelings of what I'm expressing and what I'm going through, because I have a right to speak. I have a right to feel. I've denied my feelings, and that has been my dark side. That's the dark side. I couldn't feel. I couldn't express. I thought it was bad. You're a bad girl, naughty girl. No, but it's that. Yeah, it's that is the key, baby. That's the key that unlocks everything now for me, because it's not bad, and I'm not naughty, and I've done nothing wrong, and I'm not going to be punished. And it takes a huge person to know that, a very big, mature, grounded person to see that, to really tap in and say, okay, let's take it from here. Because if you can't motivate yourself, how can you expect to motivate others? If you don't believe in yourself, how can you believe in others? It's fake.
And that's what creative work so amazing, because you've
Yeah.
been able to show us how to express our
Yes.
emotions and how to actually pinpoint where they've come from and what the meaning to them. Like, Chris's work has just changed my life. Like,
Absolutely. Because it's the love. It's the knowing that how can you say you love others when you don't even love yourself? They are asking people to love you, but you don't even love yourself. You're in war with yourself every single day.
Yeah.
It starts with you first, man. People want to preach. They say, oh, you're preaching. No, I'm not preaching. I freaking live it. I'm breathing it. I've come to this far of my life. I know fake, darling. You can come yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I'm the same person. I'm no fake. What you see in my pictures on Facebook is who I am. I'm no fake. I got no filters. I don't filter myself with pictures. I don't filter my life. I don't pretend who I am. I don't act like, oh, I got it all.
I do these days, since Abraham Hicks teaches me that. You have to fake it till you make it.
No, you don't. You don't fake it. No.
Every day, things that I want in my life, I pretend I've already got them in my mind, and I try and visualize them, because Abraham Hicks talks about that all the time. You only talk about things that you want. You don't ever talk about things that you don't want, because it's still a purified field.
Yeah, I hear that. But for me, I hear that. You know, I'm trying to not go where people agree to agree, and I don't want to disagree with people disagreeing. So I want to respect that, and I hear that, and I understand. And it is, our words are very powerful, very, very powerful, very powerful. I know this, and I've known it for a very long time.
I haven't known that for a very long time. I've only really learned
God,
that
do I know? But when you consciously come to that and realize, wow, when you realize that and you go, thank you, then that's the remembering. That's when you get to know that that seed is a forest. That we have it, and we've always had it. It's just coming into the knowing of being and living and and knowing, and just being and living and knowing, and there's nothing to say than just being, living and knowing, and just let it breathe. As I go into my breath now, 4 breaths in and 8 breaths out, because that's when you know, when you take a breath. And I'm going to take a breath now. 4. You want to take a breath with me? 4, inhale. Okay, 4, 8. I love this breath work. 4, 8. So we go 4 breath in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, and then out with 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 in, hold, and 8 and 8 out, and 8 out with the straw, with your mouth like you're sucking on a straw. Can you feel that? Can you feel the breath go in you and out of you? It's instant. It's instant living, being, knowing that you are a magnificent, absolutely magnificent. It's just magnificent. Our bodies are magnificent.
Oh, they really are.
Oh, our body, our body is magnificent. Our heart's beating, and we can see, hear, smell. Just to know that everything, we are a living organ. Our bodies want to heal. Our bodies want to heal. And that's what we're doing right now, healing our bodies.
Yeah.
Because it's our vehicle. It's a way of experiencing life through our senses. Connecting and, gathering, and you get to scatter. It's so beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm just at awe now. I'm really at awe. Like, really, really grateful for this awareness. But if you can't be yourself, then who are you? And even if you are not, then how would you know if you don't express it? How would you know if the food's delicious if you don't taste it? How would you know what you don't like if you don't try? How would you know? So that's why the space that you give someone, that they can just know where they are, and the person that's a little further can just give you insight, perspective. That's what coaching is about. It's not telling somebody. It's about allowing them to just know for themselves and give them a different perspective, because that's what it is. We all have a perception of how it should be. And when somebody comes with another perception or another idea that's not in agreement, or challenges another person, or it's uncomfortable, then there's something wrong, like you done. But like Gracie says, there's nothing wrong here. There's nothing wrong. It's just experience, right? It's just experience. Wrong, right, bad, good. Everything that we're going through right now, it's just experience. There's nothing to judge. Oh my God, can you get that? I get it. Do you get it? There's no judgment. Even if it's even if it's experience that didn't work out. It's just experience. It's just what it is. We put so much.
When we're going through hard times, really hard times in life shit, you got to remember that it's just a phase and it will pass, and try not to get too attached to the outcome.
It. Oh my God, isn't it? Like even with a thought. But even with a thought that comes in your mind, and it's so defeating and so dreading, and you go, hang on a minute, I can observe this. This is not me. I can rise above this thought.
Yeah, and when you can actually feel the energy change, and when you're thinking a really negative thought,
and then it's like
you feel it, and it's so fucking profound once you can feel it. And I didn't have that before I met you guys and started listening to how you guys orientate in the world. And I really, honestly, you've no idea what you guys are talking about. Oh God,
this is good. Yes.
It's so fucking good. And I can do it now, and Craig said about, going into your bliss and feeling that emotion inside of you before you do anything. And I have been doing that, and it makes such a profound difference to everything in your life, because everything just flows when you're flowing.
And that, when you say about what someone does or someone gives or whatever, the whole thing about the egoic and the creator, this is where you got to realize that you don't put yourself on a pedestal. You don't put yourself as a all know everything, because not everybody's in the same level of consciousness. So when you come with your superior and thinking that you know more or you should know more, that's when you've got to be very careful, because you can hurt people. And I'm going to phrase this, and I'm going to phrase it very clear now, quietly, softly. You can hurt and damage people. You can set them back.
By word. By word.
That is
Yeah,
why
for sure.
allowing them to feel good about who and what they're doing is vitally important. You can say, I don't like that, but I still love you. Yeah, very important.
Yeah.
I maybe not like your behavior, but I still love you. And when somebody comes in an active experience with people that are trying to grow and get some meaning to life, gotta be very careful how you treat people here and how you respond. Okay?
Yeah.
Because you can hurt people. That's why people, why people have certain times in life when they go, why did it take them so long? Is because they weren't ready. You weren't ready. You can hurt people. And there's people that go through life and it looks like, oh, they're half their age, and they're where you think, oh, that's easy, but you don't know the journey. So it's God that examines the heart. God is the one that examines the man's heart. And if the man's heart is, and I say man and woman, man, I know gender, knows your heart, and that's all that matters right now. God knows my heart. And that's what I'm sticking on, because I know that you can hurt people. And I'm definitely not in the business of hurting people. That I have seen enough in my life. And if that's my passion, let it be.
I'm reading The Power of Intention still, and there's a part of that book it was saying that when you raise your vibration and you feel in a higher realm, people just are attracted to you because of the energy that you give out. Like, you actually bring their vibration up. Like, so if you're in a higher vibration than anybody else in the room, if you stick to that vibration, people will come to you. And that is such a cool thing to know.
Isn't it? Now you know. Now I
and
can
you done that
pause.
at your dinner.
Yes.
When you were at the dinner, and you did that.
Yes, Ali. And you know what else? I could have stopped you and said to myself, oh, but yeah, I could have told you that, Ali. I read the same book. I told you that. I told this and I told you that. And I just mentioned it the other day. Didn't you hear that, Ali? That I said, oh, about higher vibration, and when you're rooted and grounded, blah, blah, blah. I could have stopped you right there and go, oh, Ali, no, Ali, I told you that. Blah, 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 blah. No. You told me. You read it and you felt it, and it's your experience. And now you are knowing. You know, girlfriend. Good for you. That's how you go for it. It's your experience. I didn't stop you saying, oh, blah. No, you told me. That's coaching. That's what coaching's about. You take somebody to the next destination and let them know that they're arrived. Not freaking tell them they must stop every time they get uncomfortable and you get out of the car. And they get out of the car. Let them get out of the car then. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Not saving people. You don't need to save. We're not here to fix. We're not here to save. We are here to take people to the next destination.
Yep. 100%.
And these self-righteous people that come and they want to put on you and label it and call it this and call it that, get a life. It's confusing. Luckily, I know better, but it's confusing for a normal person that knows nothing. And then you come with all your questions.
Yeah.
People don't need to be answered. They don't need all these questions to be answered. You know, sometimes it's just a perspective of saying, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give them some breathing
Oh.
space, Give them some breathing space.
Yeah.
People say, oh, express your heart, and then you express your heart and they condemn you.
Yeah. Yeah.
By their behavior, because they're not here, they're not sticking around. Weak.
Yeah.
That's weak. It's a weak link. I haven't got time for weak links. If you're not going to be strong enough to hold me together in my every situation, in every aspect of myself, then you are weak link. You get lost.
Yeah. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure having a blather with you.
I
When
love
I've got
you.
home, I'm going
Bye,
home
Ellie.
to my bed.
Yes, sleep
Thanks.
well. Sweet dreams.
Mwah, mwah. Love you
Bye,
guys.
Kisses. Stay in the high vibration.
For sure. You too, Nikki. You take that into today and have a really great day, my friend.
I am. I really am. Thank you.
Go.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Bye, Jessie.
Bye, Ali. Thank you. Sleep well.
Okay. I'm all ears now, Jess. I'm all ears. I'm ready for it.
I was
ready.
I was just noticing, aware of equal and harmony in equal.
Thank you.
And here's what I'll observe and just share that I noticed
Yes, please.
was in coaching. The only way to be equal in coaching is to have two coaches.
Yes. Mm. Mm. Wow.
So that to me just comes out as the intentions. It's revealed, the feedback is in the intentions.
Yes.
So that is, the learning is in that. So that's all I have to say about it.
You know, that's so true, because there's things that I used to express, but it didn't come out because people got the wrong idea or the wrong perception of what I said. But in my heart, it wasn't like that. And I can say that time and again with, you know, a very, very profound time when my dad passed away, my sister thought that I, you know, told her or mentioned that Debbie was the best mother out of all of us. I wasn't a mother then, but I looked at her in all these years. I mean, she's my elder sister, right? And I looked and I said, you telling me after Daddy's just passed away that you think that I said that Debbie is the better mother out of all of you, like you, as my elder sister that I love and adore and admire? And she said, yes. And so honestly, I like straight in my face. And I saw that look and I went, wow. Our heart just dropped. I said, oh my God, this is so unbelievable. I can't believe. And I went into the defense mode of thinking, oh my God, all these years you've been walking around with that? I was so angry. I was so angry with that. I broke I broke a glass. I smashed the glass. I couldn't believe it. I just was so disappointed and so hurt. But my hurt was more sadness and grieving than angry. I was hurting that she was hurting.
Yeah.
And it affected me so badly that I broke my mother's mirror with my fist. I smashed it. I didn't even bleed. I smashed it with my fist. That my sister said, you got to control yourself. I said, control myself. I said, you standing here on the possibly the saddest day of my life, and then you're adding on to more grief that you carried for all these years as my older sister. that I love and adore. I was blown away. I was so hurt and I was grieving. And so I walked out, because I didn't, and my second elder sister, Debbie, called in me in the kitchen. And she said to me, Nikki, you got to breathe. And that's the day I started to learn how to breathe, believe it or not. Breath work. She said, you got to breathe, Nikki. And I said, what do you mean, breathe? I said, now breathe. Like through your nose, now breathe. I want you to breathe through your nose and blow out. Like that. And I went, okay. And I did. And instantly I felt the release. I felt my body shift. And I thought, what's that? And I said, what's happened? She said, no, because your nervous system, you need to just calm down. You're going to not just breathe. She didn't use the calm because that was a major trigger for me. Don't say calm when I'm upset like that. But she said, just breathe, because she was very articulate. My sister's very good with her words. She's always been good with her words. She's very discerning. She knows how to speak. She knows what to say. She knows how to say it. It's amazing. That's what I've been so admired about all my life. I've admired her for that. It's like she just, wow. I just thought she's the most, wisest person I've ever known. She's always been like that. She tunes in. She just knows what you need. It's like, wow, she'll call me. And it doesn't matter. When she told me breathe, I did it. And I felt the shift. And I went, okay, this is what breathing is. I'm going to do this. If this is what it does, I'm going to start practicing. And I started practicing it. And that changes everything, because now my breath work is everything to me. I breathe. Like right now, I've got to breathe. And I've got to stop and breathe, because I know that I was a little on fire. I was a little like, yeah. So now I'm okay now. And this is the practice. This is the awareness.
It shuts down our listening.
It shut down the listening. So now I'm just going to breathe.
Experience that I do it. It's a practice of mine too. And we were driving. It was about 6 hours of driving, and it was like, there, breath. Boom. As soon as I did, it just came out of the shoulders, came out of everything. I was like, oh, wow, that is amazing.
It is. Oh, but it's just, it's just allowing the old to go and bringing the new. I think that's what letting go of the old and bringing the new is the breath and getting into centered, and then you can start, making whatever decisions, or it just changes everything. Yeah. But I can't make any more excuses. I can't be always apologetic. I can't, because this I know is important for me, and I know it's a risk, and it's a very uncomfortable risk. But
I think the power is in whose resistance is it?
Whose resistance is it?
Yeah.
Well, whose resistance is it? It's everyone's.
Mm-hmm.
We all got that.
Most of the time it's both.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But then there are times where it's like, well, if I'm centered, if I'm in my center, then I know that, well, it can't be my resistance. But yes, I always know that they're like, I can get arrogant with that, and that is resistance.
Right. Yes.
Because that is an automatic, that is a defense.
Yes.
But if you can also be true to be like, well, if I'm asking that question around what my resistance is, sometimes there isn't my resistance.
Oh, it's so good.
Which means it's not always my lesson every time to learn. I can always choose a lesson in it, but it's not always my lesson.
Oh, my God, that's good. Because that's the thing when you say, how would you know if it's the resistance? And I think when you get to the place where this is a new experience for me, I am experiencing something new, you know, like somebody said, I heard Lena do in transformation, she was having a recode, and she said she just learned how to surf. And it was so unbelievable, the experience of her learning, and it was just amazing, right? So for me, this is also new. You know, this is a new experience for me, and that I always had resistance to. I was petrified to speak, by the way. You know that, right? I was petrified to even speak. I never spoke. In many minds, I never went online. I never spoke. It was very, very rare. And then only when I did the workshops where we had the events, then I had the opportunity to say, I got to do what I've got to do that's uncomfortable. And it was so, so good that I did that, because it made me go, wow, that's interesting. But this is new for me. So, you know, you always say, what do you got to give to the table? What can you share? Who are you to speak? Blah, blah, blah. But if I'm not going to put it to practice, I wouldn't know, right? So, yeah, I'm not saying I know, because I don't know. But that's the thing. It's going into the unknown and finding out. How would I know if I don't try? So, yeah, I'm going to make wobbles. Of course I'm going to make wobbles. I'm not, that's the thing about not being perfect. I'm getting out of the perfection. I was perfection. Perfect. It had to be, everything's got to be perfect. I got to be perfect to have love. I got to be perfect. Everything, to do everything. Even the first time I got to know. And that came from a pattern that I didn't have the opportunity to fail. So yeah, it's another pattern where the pattern came from. You know, it wasn't accepted to fail. It was a sin to fail. I mean,
you couldn't
no
get
one
what you
knows.
wanted. There's no, the only way you could get what you wanted is to be perfect.
Perfect.
The lie.
Perfect and be nice. That's it. Be perfect and be nice. That was what it was. And so now, you know, coming into this unknown and talking about all this, I don't know. I came into this not even knowing about anything. I just knew that I'm an image. I believe, and I have a higher self, God, and that's my faith. And I even questioned my faith. I questioned everything, and now I truly know. I really truly know, because it's all coming down to the source of who we are as spirit. But in the same time, all of this work I never knew. Most people don't know. So I'm not the exception. But if I'm coming into this active experience, trying to learn, how would I know if I don't get into the car and drive? I can stay in the parking lot then. Then I just stay in the parking lot. What's the point of me being a boat and me being at the harbor? I've got to go out and sail, and it's going to be rough. But that's what I'm going to learn. So that's the opportunity. I'm giving myself the permission to say, you don't need to know. This whole session, this whole learning year of what I've experienced is not knowing. You don't need to know. So you just come in and you just learn whatever is to be learned.
Well,
Does that make sense?
Allie's back,
Hi.
so she's got something she's got to say.
Ali,
my whole
back.
house is asleep. Everyone's asleep, and I just thought, oh, I wonder if they're still on. I got myself a beer.
Yeah, man. Good girl.
Again, yous are getting up and just having your day and drinking your tea, and I've got a nice cold beer.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Yeah,
Nice.
please.
Cheers, girlfriend. You deserve. You deserve
Fucking-
it. You deserve it. Nothing nicer than a cold beverage. Lovely. Just lovely.
Yeah.
No, this is very cool, man. This is like, I'm telling you, this is what uncomfortable is comfortable. This is when you know that you are coming into new room, new area, new space, to know that something good's about to happen. Because I always thought having a difficulty or a struggle or going through something is, you know, I got to be uncomfortable. I got to be uncomfortable, and it's going to be okay, because I know something good's going to come out of this. I know this.
Yeah.
So now I can push through and just take it as experience, and, you know,
Yep.
learn from it. You know, I mean, it's just experience. I'm not labeling it. You know, I'm not gonna, you know, yeah, this is just what it is. It's just experience. Isn't it cool?
Yeah. To realize that we're not who we think we are. We're not our creations.
Oh,
Like, see, just to
there's
know
it.
that, and to
Yes.
actually comprehend that is
Yeah,
such
I'm
a
telling
powerful
you.
thing.
Oh,
It's
Ellie,
such a powerful
it's
thing.
so good when it drops in your spirit and you just get a ha-ha moment. And that ha-ha moment is like, oh, yeah, it's so worth it. And
Yeah.
nothing compares to a ha-ha moment when it just drops in your spirit and you go, wow, like that's it. You know,
Yeah.
no confirmation, no validation, no coming in agreement. You just know that you know. And nobody else has to know that. Only you.
Yeah.
Because when you and God, that's all you need is a yes from God.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
And
telling
God
you, you
is-
do not need another yes from other people, because they're not going to give it to you. They're not on
No.
your journey. They're not your vision. They're not where you are going. And that's where the hard word is, when you got to let go and drop off people on the way, because they're not going where you're going. This is this is the journey, eh? This is when it really feels like, wow. Like,
Yeah.
are you ready for that? Because it's inevitable. It's gonna come. You outgrow certain things
Yeah. And certain people, and
and certain people.
people don't want to see you succeed. You think they're your
There's it.
friends, or you
Oh,
think that
now we're
they're,
talking.
and
Now
they
we're
don't.
talking.
And then you
Yeah,
start to
that's it.
succeed, and then you see this part of them come out that you've never seen before.
Yeah,
And that's when
there's
you
it.
have to realize that they're not on the journey with you, and you have to let them go. And sometimes that's hard, but the right people will then come into your life, like you guys coming into my life. You know, I
Oh
felt
my
really lonely. See, after I
God.
finished the Chris Duncan years course, I felt so lonely, you know, because no one else I knew was doing the work, and I couldn't even have a decent conversation about it with anyone because no one understood, you know. So being able to come into this space with you guys and really imagine, and it's just amazing.
It's
just, and to be able to do it every day.
Oh,
you know,
God, it's amazing. I love it. I just
because
love
it
it
hurts.
now.
It hurts when there's people that you think were your friends, or that you think are lifelong. It hurts.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I hear that
And
too.
they just keep coming.
And they just
Yeah. Oh my God. It's just like right now, this is when your body speaks. This is when the moment comes into the active experience to really feel it in the body and give those feelings a reason to celebrate. This is a celebration, you know. Honestly, I feel it right now. Like, oh my God. It's like, are you kidding me? It's like, wow. You follow? It's like, wow. Just the acknowledgement, it's just epic. It's the breath and being just energized and motivated and inspired, encouraged. Oh, it's the best, man. This is why people can go extra mile. They can go the extra mile, because when you do it together, you go the extra mile. It's like, take me to the next destination, baby.
Let's go.
Woo! Let's go. This is the spirit, man. This is what I'm talking about. This is not fake. This is not pretending. This is real.
Yeah. Hey, Pascal.
Hey, Pascal. Perfect, Pascal, timing.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Pascal. How are we doing with the fruit, Pascal? Fruit. Pascal.
He's here, but he's not really here.
Yeah, you must be driving.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna go this time. I'm gonna finish my beer.
So I'll show you. I'll show you baby Kai. Let's see here.
Oh, baby Kai. We're going to see baby Kai. Oh,
Baby Kai.
baby Kai. Hi, sweetheart.
Oh, look at him.
Darling.
Oh,
you're
look at him.
perfect. You're perfect, big boy. Is he
I love
drinking his
babies.
milk? Oh, my God.
Look at him.
Healthy baby boy. Oh, and there's the four-legged doggy behind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pacing.
this is Pancho.
Oh, Pancho
yep.
is very concerned that everything's running smooth there, my dear. He's checking up on you, Daddy. Check up on my buddy. Oh, look at him.
And I've
Look at
got
him. Look at him.
Toward here.
Oh, look at this protection. Look at the protection. Oh, look at look at that. Yeah, they're also your babies. Four-legged babies. Oh, hey, big boy. Hey, big boy. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's beautiful, Pascal. I love that. That's very special. Look at him. Yeah. Oh, he's finished the bottle already. My goodness.
much.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, look at him. Look at him. Ah. Good night, Ellie. Sleep
Good
tight,
night.
eh?
I love your baby.
that.
Okay, I'm gonna go too. I gotta.
Okay, love
Thank
you.
you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
baby.
Kisses.
Have a good day, guys.
Bye.
You too.
Bye, Kai. Bye, Kai. Break those wings. Break the wings. Make those poops. Make those poops. Healthy poops. Kisses.
Bye.
Oh,
Bye,
gee,
Pascal.
that's cute.
That's great.
Oh my God, that's cute. That's so cute. Okay, well, that was
Oh, dear.
quite observation there. I gotta tell you, quite something. But I think what I've come out of this, knowing that you only know how far you've come when you go through the experience and how it used to be and how it is now. And for me, that is real gratitude. And I'm very grateful for the experience because I don't analyze it anymore. I don't need to have even a thought process of it. It's just what it was. It is what it is. And like I said, I'm not the child. I'm a grown adult, and I like to think of myself as the adult in the room. So I'm not here to be anything. Then thank you for the experience.
Yeah, faith in the unfolding. So that'll be my phrase, and I thank you for that. Is faith in the unfolding.
Faith in the unfolding. Yeah. Wow.
Just as it
Yeah.
is, not needing to know. And
Yeah.
and you asked a ha moment, right?
Yes.
From,
Yes.
from how I know it as aha.
Aha.
An
Aha.
aha moment. Yep.
Aha. Yeah.
Yep.
It's just so it's so assuring. It's so that's what God says. Have faith that you can talk to the mountain, speak to the mountain, and there's not even shadow of doubt that I have now that I know. And yeah, if I have to keep allowing myself to keep myself in that vibration, that makes me really feel that I have faith that I can speak to the mountain and speak to the things that are impossible, and think and also be the person that I'm becoming, and is, knowing I could have died many times in my life,